my name is Christina. Welcome to the Arthritis Answer. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a tea that's powerful for your intestinal tract. It will help you rebuild the intestinal wall, promote a mucosal lining so that it's no longer permeable. Remember that if you have a permeable or a leaky gut, you're going to be letting pathogens, viruses, and other things into the bloodstream that will cascade into an inflammatory response and definitely provoke a flare-up with rheumatoid arthritis or be the instigator of rheumatoid arthritis. So we want to have a strong barrier along the gut lining so that things aren't entering and flaring up the immune system. All right, so the first herb that we have here is called marshmallow root. And marshmallow root is known to give you a nice coating along the entire tract. It moistens and hydrates. It feeds the friendly bacteria, and it's also very hydrating. So you want this in your daily regimen of beverages. And remember, you promote the friendly bacteria, then you're also going to be supporting your immune system so that it's in a more balanced state. So the recipe that we have today, you're going to take 2 tablespoons of the marshmallow root and you're going to put them in the pot. And we're actually going to soak all of these overnight and then bring them to a boil. And then the next one is called slippery elm bark. This one's also powerful for coating the entire intestinal tract from top to bottom. It soothes and it heals any type of inflammatory condition, whether it's in the stomach, in the small or large intestine. And also it's a prebiotic fiber, so it aids in promoting the friendly bacteria and strengthening that barrier between your gut and your bloodstream so that you keep the inflammation down. So we're going to take 2 tablespoons of this one as well. This is pretty powdery, so you're going to put it in there. And then the third herb here is called licorice root. Now some of you are familiar with it because of licorice candy, but this is a root. It's pretty sweet and wonderful. It's powerful. It's been researched for helping people that have fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue. It really supports the adrenals to help you better respond to stress. So it's wonderful for that. It also it's mucilaginous, so it coats the intestinal tract. It soothes any dryness, irritations, ulcerations, and again, it promotes a strong gut barrier so that you don't have a permeable gut lining that would again instigate the immune system. And actually with this one, we're going to use a little less because it's sweet. I don't want your tea to be overly sweet. So you're going to take 1 tablespoon of this. So we have 2 tablespoons of marshmallow, 2 tablespoons of slippery elm, and 1 tablespoon of licorice. And so this is also considered a spleen qi tonic in Chinese medicine, and that promotes a nice energy for the body. So if you're feeling a little fatigued, that little sweetness also gives you a pickup and strengthens your vitality and your stamina. Now the last one is called fennel seed, and this one is considered a carminative. So its main property is that it'll help you dissipate gassiness and bloating. And some of these, when you're introducing new fiber-rich foods and things that are supporting the microbiome, and you don't have enough of the friendly bacteria to moderate what's coming in, you want to use herbs that are going to help you handle it. And so one of the wonderful things that can do that is fennel seeds, and it tastes great. So with this one, and you can start with 1 tablespoon on your first batch. If you feel like you need a little bit more support because you feel a little bloated or a little gassy, you're welcome to do that. So some people may not have any issues with this tea. Remember, it's really ultimately supporting your gut health, your gut barrier, and your immune system. So and it's very hydrating. So all right, so you have all the herbs in the pot, and for this batch we're going to add 4 cups of water. So I'm using filtered water, and I'm just going to add it here. So it's pretty simple. And then you're going to stir it a little bit so the herbs get hydrated. And some of the herbs are pretty fluffy, so they float on the top, and that's okay. Just kind of stir them in. And let this sit overnight. And then you're going to come back in the morning and turn on the stove. And what you want to do is bring it to a boil for about 1 to 2 minutes. Then lower the heat to the lowest possible temperature that you have on your stove, cover it, and let it simmer. Probably the minimum time is 10 minutes. If you have more time, you can go up to 20, 30 minutes and just let it simmer. Just make sure it's covered so that it doesn't evaporate. And then when it's ready, one of the things I would recommend is going ahead and straining it right away, because it's going to be warm. It's going to be a little bit easier for you to strain, and you're going to see that it's going to be gooey, you know, mucilaginous, and just wonderful. So then I'll show you how that looks after we go ahead and soak it overnight. All right. All right, so here we are boiling it. I couldn't find my lid, so I used a bowl to cover it. But the formula's boiled for about 1.5 minutes, and then I'm covering it. So it's on a slow calm simmer, and then we will be straining it in just a little bit. And we have our strainers available. If you have something like this at home, it should work. It doesn't have to be very fine because of how thick the tea will be. And you can either put it over a mason jar, or I even at home I have a bigger one like this, so I'll just put it over another pot and strain it. So you find a way to help you strain it, and then if you have something, you know, a nice teapot, you can do that as well, and let it drink it hot, or let it cool down and then drink it. You can save some in the fridge to help it last longer, so it doesn't you know, go bad on the counter. Whatever you don't drink, store it, and then have it the next day. You can warm it back up in a little saucepan. I don't recommend doing the reheating in the microwave, but yeah, so just get a little saucepan that you call your tea saucepan, and then you can reheat some of your food. All right, so our tea finished. It simmered for 20 minutes on low, and now I'm going to make some space here so you can see that we can go ahead and strain it. And I'm gonna try this little one so you can see at home. All you have to do is carefully pour it through, and then you'll see that the water has changed colors, and there's a little film on the strainer showing, you know, it's the most mucilaginous nature, so it's a little bit gooey, and that's what you want. That's what your microbiome wants, and it'll be very soothing and healing for your gut lining. So if you have any kind of inflammation along the lining, this will help you know, balance that and heal it, and then again that will in turn reflect on the rest of your body and your immune system. So the other thing I'm going to try, just to see in comparison, is to put it in the teapot. I'm just going to pour it through. Let it, you know, take a moment to let it filter, and then you will have a wonderful gut soothing, gut healing, microbiome friendly, anti-inflammatory, delicious tea that you can drink every day. It'll again lift your energy and just strengthen your entire body so that you can start healing from the rheumatoid arthritis that, you know, makes your life so hard. So, and here's our tea. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more information about how to heal your rheumatoid arthritis naturally, and click the link below, which will take you to the Arthritis Answer, where you can find more information about our step-by-step program to heal arthritis in a safe and healthy way.